Click on Save. And you can see here the work's taking place. Pull this down here. This is the XVID status. You don't really need this, but yeah, you got pretty colors here. Get this out of the way. You can see the work that's going on here. And there we have it. I'm going to get this guy out of the way. Now then, let's go over to our file folder. And this was the original. The 2B is the new one. Now then again, this one is 562 megs. 640 by 480 is the dimensions. That's the bottom two lines there. And this one is 2.45 megs, and the size is 320 by 240. So you can see that, well, let's go ahead and open this up too and check out the quality. Now this might open up a little bit larger. Yeah. You see it's at 245%. You may not be able to see it, but I'm going to click on this to get it down to the original size. This is the original size here. So that's 100% rather than double or more. You may not be able to hear this, but it sounds excellent. The quality of the video is excellent and sharp. And we knocked off about 260 megabytes in size. So that's pretty much how the Virtual Dub can reduce not only the dimensions but also the file size immensely. Now then, let's say, for example, real quick, like that the video that you are wanting to edit is not a supported, let me get this guy out of the way, is not a supported file format. For example, click on File, go to Open File, and down here you can see the files of type that are supported by Virtual Dub. Some of the more popular ones are, but for example, WMV, MOV, FLV, these are three that come to mind that are not supported, that won't work in here. And for those files to be edited using Virtual Dub, you have to convert those files first to a supported file type, like AVI, for example. So go ahead and cancel this out here. There's a couple of ways that that can be done. Actually, there's quite a few ways, but only a couple I'm going to point out in this video. Is we can go to Zamzar, I believe it's called. Let me type that in here, see if that's the one. Yeah, there it's right on top. Zamzar.com. This is one that you do not have to install anything. It's all online. That all you have to do is either enter the URL of the video, say for example it's on one of the video sharing sites, or you have a file or a video on your desktop. Let's go here, I guess, too. Either way, you would want to browse your desktop for the video file that you want to convert from FLV or MOV to a supported, say for example, AVI. You just put in the URL here, or like I said on the prior one, the convert files, you can do the same thing. Oh, I'm sorry, this is download videos. So if you wanted to download a, I didn't even know that was there. If you wanted to download a video from YouTube, for example, and have it downloaded directly as a AVI file, for example, because I think they convert all theirs from AVI that you upload to a FLV, then you can just do that by converting the files here to whatever you choose. But here under Convert Files, you would just browse your desktop for the video file in question, and we're going to go ahead and do that. Let me bring this over here. This FLV tester.flv. Open that up. You can see it shows right here, and you can remove that file, and then here you choose the file format you want to convert it to, and I want to convert it to AVI. That way Virtual Dub can handle it. Then I put in my email address here, click on Convert. The drawback to this is it's not instantaneous. They will send you an email in 24 to 48 hours or less, and you then, with the link to download the converted file. And they leave it on their servers for, I don't know, a couple of days, 2 or 3 days max. And then you would then have that converted file. Now, if you want to have a little more control over this and to do so a little quicker, then there's service out there called MediaCoder that requires you to download their software, and that's mediacoder.sourceforge.net/index. Again, there's SourceForge, so that tells you it's free. And then after you've downloaded it, unzipped it and opened it up, this is the interface. This is what it looks like. So now then, if I want to add that FLV, then I can either click here, which is what I'm going to do, add file, and then I just double click on that particular file, or I could have just dragged that file into this window. And here we have it. Now that it's ready to go, and usually the default settings here are fine. And then at which point you just click on start. Now if you wanted to, you can in fact change, this is the audio, you can go to video as well, but most all of these are going to be fine just the way that they're set up. Now after you've downloaded this, by the way, I need to back up a sec, it's going to prompt you to decide. There's a bunch of check boxes. Leave them all checked. As far as the add-ons or the plugins, leave them all checked, and that will install all these encoders, for example, like the Lame MP3. All of these will be installed for you on this particular piece of software. And just leave auto select, enable audio. Otherwise, if you want to just remove the audio and just have an MP3 version of this particular video, then you can, under video, disable this. That way it's going to extract as it does its conversion. You click on start, then it will only it'll provide you with the MP3 version of this FLV, if that makes any sense. But we're not going to do that. We want the video and the audio to be in sync. So we would then click on start, and out of view of the video here, I'll move it over some. You see here it's giving us some of the information here. Oh, and if you click on the file up here, it shows you the video. By the way, this is a silly little video I got off of YouTube, but it shows you the details as it's going through here, and it looks like we're done. And it tells you the task is completed. Okay, maybe back over here. And now then, it has been converted. Let's go back to our folder and see if it's in there. And here we have it right here. And it's 2.3 megs. Now then we can just put this guy in our virtual dub because it's now an AVI file, not an FLV. But of course we maintain the original. So that's a couple of more tools. We got the MediaCoder, we got the virtual dub, the Zamzar. Oh, and one thing too on the Zamzar, if you decide to use Zamzar, they've got a pretty cool tool under tools here that puts a little button, this guy right here, right up here on your bookmarks bar. And I went ahead and did that. All you do is just left click, hold, and drag all the way up here, and then release, and then it puts it right up here. So any site that you're on that you want to convert a file, and we're talking videos here, but this thing does all of them. I mean, Word document into PDF, XML, you know, you name it. And sometimes, I mean, if there's a secure PDF, for example, that you want to convert to a Word document, it ain't going to do it. It'll send you an email saying that there's a problem, obviously, and that it cannot convert that. But what it'll do, again, is it will send you an email as soon as it's done converting it, and you then download that link that they send you. But a couple of things I also wanted to mention is if you wanted to get this particular codec, the Lame MP3, which is a little difficult to come across from time to time, but it really helps out in reducing the file size without reducing the quality. Here is where you can go. Free codecs. Let me show you the entire thing here. It's free-codecs.com. Download lame_ACM, that's all caps, _codec.htm. So if you put this in your address bar, this is where you're going to end up at. You just download this. Now whenever you download this, there'll be an INI file after you unzip everything. All you do is you just right click on that INI file. Matter of fact, let me show you mine. I'm sorry, I said INI, I meant INF. After you unzip it, this is what you're going to get. You just right click on this guy here and then left click on install. Now if you get a security message, don't sweat it, then you just go ahead and finish the installation. And that's the lame MP3. I'll get this guy out of here. And the DivX, that's the divx.com. This is the DivX 6.8. Another great one for reducing the video. The lame MP3, by the way, is for the audio. The DivX is for the video. Now, you don't have to buy this. I mean, you can if you want, but the free download is what you're looking for. You're looking for the codec, and whenever you go to download this, it's going to give you the entire ball of wax. But after you click on the installation, it will give you a list as it's starting to install all the items. It'll give you a list of those items, all these guys here, and you just untick all of them except for the codec. Let me see if I've got that handy here. Try the download right here. We'll save that. Yeah, I'll go ahead and save that in here. And I'll pause the video while this guy is finishing up. Okay, now we've got that downloaded, and like any installation program, before I install it, I scan it with my AVG. So go ahead and do that, but double click on this to open it up. It's unpacking the stuff, but before it goes to install it, ask me what language. English. Right here. You want to untick all of these unless you want them, but that's the only thing that you really need. And then just click on next. Now I'm not going to because I've already done this. I've already got it installed. But that's how you do that. So you need to download the entire 19.4 megabyte file, and then you just want the codecs. But that's how you do that. And that is just about going to bring us to the end of this. Nope, it's actually going to bring us to the end of this video on using Virtual Dub to edit your video files. And we will be going into a greater detail in another video series later on all the ins and outs of Virtual Dub, because it's an awesome program that, like I said earlier on, commands its own entire series all in itself. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you learned a lot from the video, and happy editing. Have a great day, folks.